Hi, welcome to today's episode of Yesterday Daily. Actually, for those of you that have been on a live mentorship group for quite a while, you would remember that there was once upon a time that Anna and I used to do these almost daily videos reflecting on the previous day. We're bringing that back this year by God's grace. It's not going to be every day, but as often as we can, I think on a weekly basis, there will be at least two videos from both of us. So I would start off this year with this video. Maybe we can even change the name from Yesterday Daily to I Remember Videos, in the sense that it's not going to be necessarily about the previous day. But yeah, in the past few days, I went back to seeing my all-time favorite TV series, 24. I know for very many of you, 24 is now old news, it's old school, but Jack Bauer remains Jack Bauer, 24 remains 24, and it continues to hold a very dear place in my heart. The reason for that, I can't tell, but I have fallen in love ever so deeply with that series, and it's not delivering any less. In fact, seeing it now, after almost over a decade of seeing many of the episodes, I'm still on season one since the beginning of this year. But each time I'm seeing a new episode, I'm thrown back almost instantaneously to where I was when I was seeing it at first. I think I saw season one in 2007. It was during ASU strike, a very long ASU strike in Nigeria. I think it lasted like 4 months, and I was at my brother's place in Akure. And so I was just feasting on this interesting series. I'm like, where have you been all this while? I never knew there was such a movie. And I was enjoying it. But the more I think about that, especially the fact that seeing it again is taking me back in time to where I was and what I was doing when I was seeing it, the kind of conversations I was having about that time with those that had seen it before I started seeing it, and we're just like, oh, this is what you should watch out for, and things like that. Makes me think of two things that I thought to leave you with. One, today will become once upon a time at some time in the future. And that leaves us with the question of how would you like to remember today? How would you like to remember 6th of January 2022, which again is just like could almost be like any other day for very many of us. It's not like, if it's not your birthday and there is nothing spectacular happening today, it could be like any other day. But the truth is, if we are intentional about being secretly incredible, if we are intentional about going out and making a difference, today can become a day that you will look back to, or someone else will look back to, in terms of what you did for them, and they'll be glad. And so, how would you like today to be remembered in history? That's the first. And the second is like unto the first. And that's like, how would you like to be remembered in light of today? In other words, what you're doing today in your dealings with people, how would you like them to remember you 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now? When I say today, I don't necessarily mean 6th of January 2022, of course. This season of your life, let's take it like that. When we say in the days of David, we're not necessarily talking of 2 days, or in the days of my fathers. That's a period of very many years. But in that same sense, in light of today, how would you like to be remembered? How would you want to be remembered? And in framing that in your mind, then go into this day and live like that. Live like you want to be remembered as someone that made a difference. Live like you want to be remembered as someone that helped someone else. Live like you want to be remembered as someone that provided the answer to this big question that has been disturbing for someone somewhere. Be that person today so that you can be remembered like that later. And yes, today will become once upon a time. Let that shape the way you approach each day. Remembering that you are actually living, we are all living, supposedly in light of eternity. We should be living intentionally in light of eternity. God bless you. See you when next I come your way. God bless you and see you soon. Bye.